Welcome to It's Never Too Late. In this case, it is never too late to get healthy. And me and Karen are going to discuss her upcoming bariatric surgery. She's having the gastric sleeve. And we're going to do a little question and answer and just kind of a back and forth on what's going to happen over the next couple weeks.
Very excited.
Yes, very excited. I have some questions for her. She has some questions for me. So we're just going to kind of start off with that.
Well, first you need to say a little bit about yourself.
Okay.
Who are you?
Okay.
Why are you?
Good. Okay.
Who are we?
Who are we? My name is Tracy. I am a mother of one teenage daughter and a wife to a very wonderful husband. I live outside of Nashville, Tennessee, and I had gastric bypass in January of 2023.
And I'm Karen. I'm 60 years old, and I live in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, which is where we are right now. I'm a mom of 3. I have 3 grandchildren. I work as an artist, a clay sculptor, and also I have a part-time job in downtown Gatlinburg.
Well, let's just go ahead and get started on these questions.
Okay. So my first question for Tracy is, why did you have the surgery? What motivated you to have the surgery?
I was getting ready to go on a trip with my teenage daughter to Europe for 15 days. And I realized that I hurt. My knees hurt. I couldn't walk for long distances. I felt awful. And I wanted to enjoy the time with her. Seeing that I was 40 when I had her, I got started a little late in life. It's never too late.
Right. That's right.
I was afraid that if I did not get some of this weight off, that I wasn't going to be able to enjoy.
And what was your pre-surgery weight?
I weighed 287 pounds when I started my pre-op diet. So, yeah. And I believe 292 was my highest years ago.
Yeah.
But another reason why I decided I wanted the surgery was because I had, over the last 35 years, which we've been best friends for about 35 years, give or take. And over that time, I have lost between 70 and 90 pounds 4 times in my life.
Yeah.
That doesn't include the 20 pounds here, 30 pounds here, this little diet there, this little diet there. And I was just tired of the back and forth and the ups and downs.
Yo-yos.
Yeah. Yo-yos. So that's why.
I get it.
So, why are you having the surgery?
For the same reasons. Mobility is probably the number one reason. I'm having problems right now with my back and my knees, and I'm not as active as I want to be. I used to hike a lot here in the Smoky Mountains, and I'd like to get back to that, and I just cannot do it, with my weight being what it is. Also, you have to be a certain BMI to get knees replaced. If I need to do that, I'm going to have to be a smaller person.
Right.
It's just to have a better quality of life. I want to look better, of course, but that's not the driving factor here. It's because I think I'm cute anyway. But the driving factor is just being in pain and wanting not to be in pain anymore.
To live your life.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be
better
enjoyed.
quality. Yeah. Definitely.
Okay. So, first question.
That was the first question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, my question. First of all, let's go over where you're going.
Okay. I have decided to have surgery in Pompeii, in Tijuana, Mexico. Pompeii Surgical Center. I decided to go there, well, mainly because of the price. I have insurance, but it does not cover any kind of bariatric surgery. The other options for me would be to pay out of pocket. The options here in the United States paying out of pocket are just too much for me. So I ran across something, I think on YouTube, about surgery in Mexico and started doing research on that and realized that it was something that I could do. And I could also bring Tracy with me and it be affordable. I started looking into different surgical centers in Mexico and landed on Pompeii because of how I felt they dealt with my application. They asked more questions and I didn't feel like I was just a number trying to be shoveled through. So that's how I decided on them.
Yeah. A little backstory, I had gastric bypass done in January of 2023. And fortunately, my insurance covered bariatric surgery. I just had to pay my $3,000 deductible. Uh, if you have to do it out of pocket, it's typically $25,000 to $35,000 out of pocket. You can do a fast track, like a place called Blossom. I believe it's Blossom Bariatrics in Las Vegas, Nevada. And it's anywhere between $11,000 and $14,000,
Yes.
where Pompeii is,
$4,600.
yeah. But that also
And it
included
includes Tracy as
as
my
a,
companion.
yeah. Uh, Now I believe they're having a special right now because it's their anniversary or something like that. But
Yes.
it's not
I,
usually much more than
I
that.
think it would normally it's 56.
Yeah.
It's about $1,000 less right now.
Yeah.
If you decide to go that route.
Yeah. And then airfare for the both of us
Yes,
back and forth.
plus
Yeah.
airfare from Knoxville to San Diego. Well, actually, our round trip was less than $1,000 for two people,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
not that bad.
Yeah. So that's one of the reasons the actual finance portion of it was a big driver to Mexico.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Uh, so my question is, what is your biggest fear for the surgery?
Well, the actual surgery, I'm not really that worried about. I've read about what to expect, and of course, you've told me a lot about what to expect when I wake up. I'm not worried about going under anesthesia. That doesn't scare me. Mine is when I wake up, how much pain am I going to be in? Am I going to be sick? That's my biggest fear.
Yeah. The gas that they pump into your cavity
Yeah, that
to,
kind of pain.
yeah, it's pretty intense. The good thing is if you walk and you get up and you're active, you move that
Right,
out. You just have to work on that. And, that's something we'll go over,
right.
closer to surgery and stuff. So,
And I'm pretty tough.
yeah, she is. She's pretty tough.
I'm pretty tough.
You have another question?
What's something that you wish you knew beforehand that you found out after surgery?
Um, that your hunger comes back, but it's not a, oh my gosh, I'm hungry, I'm starving, I need to eat something. It's it's more of a, oh, I guess I need to eat.
Yeah,
With my experience, I'd forget to eat.
yeah,
And then for the first year, I'd have to say, okay, I need to eat. I need to drink a protein shake. I need to get protein in.
yeah.
But your hunger does come back. But it's mine. I'm not a great water drinker. And fortunately, you've always been a good water
Yeah,
drinker. Uh, Sometimes it was hydration that I needed, that my body actually needed hydration, not necessarily food.
right.
So
Yeah, I
that
get that
was,
too.
yeah. What has been the hardest part of this journey so far?
It was hard to talk about the surgery with some of my family members. They were naysayers, kind of had negative comments, especially not so much about the surgery itself, but traveling to Mexico for surgery was scary for them. It is not really scary for me. I know that we're just going right across the border. And I also know that Pompeii Surgical is going to be taking care of me. So,
Right.
um, but really, the negative comments that I got from some of my family and friends also was not, it wasn't pleasant. It didn't discourage me. It just bothered me that they didn't have faith in me enough for me to make that kind of decision. I feel like I can make that kind of decision for myself. So that was probably the biggest negative since I've decided to have the surgery.
Yeah. One thing that I've ran into is people who have had bariatric surgery into my support group for my bariatric surgery. A lot of people didn't tell anybody they were having the surgery. And
And I thought about that.
yeah,
I thought about not saying anything. I'm going to Mexico on vacation.
yeah,
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Mine was the surgery itself. I told everybody.
Yeah.
And not only telling everybody made me feel more comfortable to talk about it because I'm excited. I was
Yeah.
excited when I was getting
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah. I'm excited
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was excited to start my life over again, and I wanted everybody else to be excited with me.
Yeah.
So I told everybody, and also you don't think about it, but it makes you accountable.
Yeah.
It makes you
That's true.
accountable. So it makes you accountable in what you eat and how you react, how you spend your daily life. I mean, anybody can lose a bunch of weight and still sit on the couch and flip channels.
Right.
But if you're up and moving and doing things, and we're going to do some travel here
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah. We've got some
Yeah.
travel plans.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. When we went to Europe about this time last year, I felt like I was the biggest person in Europe. And I know I wasn't, but that's the way I felt. We had a lot of stairs to climb, and a lot of times I just couldn't do it. And I missed out on some things
Yeah.
because I couldn't climb the stairs. So I'm going to get beyond that. So my next trip will be totally different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to Greece.
We are going to Greece.
So yeah, it's going to be a big change.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a huge
definitely.
change.
And I get emotional about that.
Yeah.
Because I've put off things for a long time.
Yeah. Yep. I
Yeah.
get it. I get it.
Sorry.
That's okay. What's your next question?
What has changed in your daily life since you lost weight?
I have a ton of energy.
Oh, wow.
I have a bunch of energy. I don't sit on the sofa.
Yeah. She does. She drives me nuts sometimes.
I'm always constantly up and going.
And I'm having to catch up.
But I'm able to do things with my daughter. Also, one thing that I think is kind of funny is I don't necessarily have to try on clothes anymore. I can just hold up a shirt and go, yeah, that'll fit.
Yeah.
Or, a pair of jeans. You don't have to take like 3 sizes to the dressing room with you anymore.
Yes, I hate trying on
I
clothes.
know. Yeah, that was one thing I absolutely despised was trying on clothes. You don't have to take 3 sizes and hope one of them fits and then be discouraged when none of them fit.
When none of them fit.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
So, and then you have to hand them to the lady and say, none of them fit.
Right.
That's probably those things.
Yeah. And that's one of the things I'm looking forward to is clothes shopping with Tracy. We always have fun.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yep. Okay.
Would you do it again?
In a heartbeat.
Yes.
In a heartbeat. The only thing is I wish I would have done it years prior.
Right.
Instead of being almost 300 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah. And I definitely wish that there's a bird up there. I definitely wish I had found this option for me several years ago because I am 60, and things are only sliding downhill at this point. So I want to make the hill a little less steep.
Yeah. So one thing you talked about, you went with Pompeii Surgical. So why did you have an obstacle?
Right. I do. I have a blood disorder. It's called HAE, which is hereditary angioedema. And I have a deficiency in my blood or in my system. I don't have the mechanism in my body that stops swelling. Like if someone gets a bump or a bruise or has stress to their body and they have a little bit of swelling, I don't have the mechanism to stop the swelling. My swelling is uncontrollable. It is, however, controlled with medication, but I do still have the disorder. So anytime I have surgery or a procedure done, I have to be extra cautious. So Pompeii Surgical was the only surgical center that asked questions about my disorder and how it was controlled. And if it was controlled, they're specifically worried about airway swelling, which I have had before, but I have not had in the past 15 years since I've been on medication. So I am well controlled with my meds, but it is something that we have to be cautious with. I do have rescue medication in case I have problems. So they just wanted to make sure that I was controlled in that way.
Yeah. Because you reached out to a lot of different groups.
Yes, I did. I filled out several applications for surgery with several different medical groups in Mexico, and they were all very quick to approve me for surgery without even asking questions about my pre existing health issues. So that's like a red flag for me. And when Pompeii actually asked questions, I was like, well, darn, they may not approve me. I had already kind of set my sights on another center and they did not ask questions. They just kind of said, well, our doctors are confident that that you'll have no issues. Well, I wasn't that confident. So
Well, they didn't even talk to the doctors.
right, they didn't even put it before their doctors. They just ran me on through. So when Pompeii started asking questions, it made me think, well, it's a good thing that they're asking questions. It's not a negative, it's a good thing. It means they're aware that I have issues and that if they had not approved me, I would have been more like, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So, but they did. They approved me knowing that I'll be bringing my meds and I'll have everything on hand that I'll need in case I do have issues. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have another question?
Yeah. Will I ever get to eat my favorite foods again?
Yes, you will. You just won't eat as much.
As much.
Yeah.
Right. Which I'm fine with that.
So, like right now, I eat whatever I want to eat.
Right.
I just know my limits. I
Right.
just know if I order a piece of cake or pudding or anything, I eat one or two bites and then somebody else eats the rest of it.
Right. Usually me.
Or my daughter.
That's why I'm having surgery. Yeah.
That's the only thing. I mean, you just have to know your limits. You just have
Yeah.
to, fortunately, I haven't had any kind of what they call dumping syndrome,
Right.
where if you eat too much sugar and eat too much to begin with, and dumping syndrome typically is more with the gastric bypass, which is what I had because there's such limited space. But there is still dumping syndrome
With the
with the
sleeve.
sleeve.
Yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
enough videos to know that I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So being cautious, I guess that's probably a fear
Yeah.
after surgery is dumping syndrome
Yeah.
happening. So
Yeah.
I want to be extra cautious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing about food, you don't eat as much. Just like we went to Europe last year about this time, just like we said. And I did this with my daughter also. We order a little bit bigger meal than what a normal
Yeah.
person would have. And I just eat off what I
Yeah.
ate off
We
of your
share.
plate.
Yeah.
We shared and eat off your plate. But my daughter did the same thing. Fortunately, I'm able to eat a little bit more now. So she kind of likes that I don't, make her split meals with me anymore.
Yeah.
But I tend to order like high protein appetizers.
Right.
Yeah,
And you also have a lot of to goes for lunch.
I do.
Yeah.
I definitely. I go to some restaurants during work and stuff, and they just automatically bring me a to go box now
Yeah.
on the places that I frequent.
I really think we've gone over everything. What are some things that I should not do? Did we do that?
No.
Yeah. What are some things that I should not do after surgery or from now on.
From now on.
Yeah.
Don't buy clothes. Don't buy clothes because they're cute.
Like buying clothes.
But, you know, if it's fall now, if you see something, you know, in a couple months when spring comes out right after Christmas and you say, oh my gosh, this is so cute, I'm going to buy this. Problem is you'll probably buy it in the wrong size and it probably
Yeah.
won't fit. And then you'll just have to sell it, give it away, do whatever. I do a lot of Goodwill shopping.
Yeah. I can do that.
Yeah.
Well, I can shop my
Secondhand shopping.
closet for about 2 smaller sizes down from where I am now.
Right. Yeah, that's what I did. We were talking about it earlier today. I actually took all of my clothes and sectioned them out in groups of sizes, and I mixed in all of the seasons together. So I might have had all my size 14s, spring, summer, fall, all together in 14s, and all my 16s together, and all my 18s together, and all my 20s together.
Yeah.
And
I'll have to do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And put them all together and then shop that size, shop your closet before you go out and buy something.
Yeah.
Because you will have to buy stuff.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is what it is. I think underwear has been my worst thing.
Yeah. Well, got bras in all sizes too. So I'm good for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm good for a while.
So just shop your closet before you go shopping. That would be because by the time you get to your good weight or the weight you want to be, then that's when you can start shopping. Another thing is don't buy a bunch of protein shakes. I would buy single protein shakes or protein waters or drinks and try them.
Yeah.
Because your taste buds will change dramatically.
Right.
Once surgery's over.
Yeah.
Once you have your surgery, I don't eat a lot of sweet stuff. I
Right.
cannot drink sweet stuff
Yeah, I
anymore.
know.
It's a totally
The things that I really love right now, she's like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Any other questions?
I think that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
In about 10 days,
Yeah.
next Tuesday, I'm going to be returning to Gatlinburg, and we're going to fly out of Knoxville, Tennessee to San Diego.
Yes, airport at 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you have to get there before noon.
Right.
So we're going to get there before noon, hopefully, from San Diego. They're going to pick us up. Pompeii will have a driver come pick us up.
Yes.
And then we're going to the surgical center. You'll have testing, EKG, blood work, I think.
That'll be on Wednesday.
And Thursday morning, she will have her surgery. Hopefully, she'll be first.
Hopefully first.
And then I will actually stay in the surgical center with her. It's companion room.
And that's included in the price.
Yeah. Then we stay there for 2 nights, and then we go to the recovery accommodations. I think it's a hotel. They have an on-site nurse at the hotel.
Yeah, they'll take good care of me there. Yeah. They also have a spa, so we can get things done while we're there.
I'm having Zoom whitening.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. And they have Botox treatments, all kinds of treatments, which I'm kind of a chicken when it comes to that. So I probably won't be doing that.
But we'll go in more to that.
Yeah, later on.
Yeah. So we're going to document the journey. We're going to give you some insight in the surgical center. We've got permission from Pompeii to video. So we're going to just bring you along and give you all of the information you'll need if you want to have the surgery, make your decision.
And you'll get to see me at my absolutely best and worst.
That's right. Yeah. We'll probably document a little bit afterwards of her progression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it won't be too bad.
Yeah. We're going to do some before and after pictures. We're going to insert some before and after pictures. I'll also add some before and after pictures of me from my surgery almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So.
And we really wanted to do this for a comparison. Tracy's surgery was in the States.
Yeah.
Hers was paid for by insurance. Mine is definitely going a different route completely.
Yeah.
And also the gastric bypass versus the sleeve.
Right.
So we're going to see what the differences are there as well.
So with that being said,
we hope you'll join us.
Yeah. And we'll see you in about a week.
Bye.
Bye.